welcome back. We have a lot of good stuff to show you today. We are going to start with our first subscriber out of Florence, Alabama. Her name is Lori Sharp. She has turned in a couple of pictures of some quilts, and the first of which is a picture of a quilt that she made for her pastor for his faithful service to their congregation for 25 years. So she's made this quilt and it is beautiful. She said she started quilting about 15 years ago when her daughter moved several states away and she just started quilting. She said she's made over 100 quilts now and she gives most of them away. She gives them away as gifts. The other quilts that she has submitted today that we're about to look at are quilts made out of her mother's clothing. She said her mother had passed and she made from her clothes some quilts and gave them to the siblings. So let's take a look at these. Weren't those gorgeous? She said her quilting started as therapy, but it is now an addiction. And I know a lot of us understand exactly what she's saying by that, because it is so true. Quilting is addictive and it is fun. So we appreciate those pictures. She did a great job. We got more to look at. The next person is Miss Jean, and she has made some quilts, and she said that her quilts, it's like they talk to her. Like she'll be working on one and she'll be thinking of somebody, and you know, she might have intended to keep this quilt, but she keeps thinking of the same person while she's making this quilt. And so it's like they're talking to her, and well, she gives that person that quilt. And the blue and white one that we're about to look at made her think of her friend Bud. She said he's about to be moved next week into memory care, and that this quilt will make him feel all cozy and warm and safe and sound. She said that the two colors, she loves the simplicity of it because it is just the two colors, and I totally agree with that. I love a lot of color in my quilts, but there are a lot of quilts that I love with just the two colors. So let's take a look at what she's made. That was another gorgeous one, huh? She said that pattern is called the Irish Puzzle, and it's by Meadow Mist Designs. In case anyone wanted to know, she wanted to make sure she included that. So we appreciate that as well, because I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going to want to start making that quilt. Now let's go on and see who else we've got something from. Our next one comes from Miss Sandy Votel, and she has submitted a picture that you are going to love. It is a pin cushion that her sister made for her, and well, I really have no words for this. It is funny, cute, adorable. I love it. Let's look at this one. Now, if that didn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. That was so cute. And well, we appreciate it. Now, we have another one. The next one, I've just got to read it to you because, like, I don't want to get it wrong. I just got to read it to you. It comes from Sonia McMillan, and let me read you what she wrote. She said, "Good morning, Penny and Emily. I have sent you a couple of pictures of friendship quilts that my 3 and 4 year old Head Start class created several years ago for Inclusion Week. We discussed how the fabric was like people. We are all the same but different. If you would like to share the pictures, that is fine. That's why I didn't include the pictures of the children. My main point of this email is to give another idea of what people may want to do with their extra scraps of fabric, especially if they are smaller pieces. Think about donating them to local daycares, Head Starts, or preschools. They might be happy to have the pieces for the children to create with." I cannot believe I have never thought of that. What a great idea. They can do all kinds of arts and crafts with those, and teaching them about inclusion and all. I love that. That was such a great idea. That's why I love this segment, because we all learn from this and give each other ideas, and that was magnificent. Thank you for that. Now let's look at them. Remember, these are 3 and 4 year olds. Didn't you love that? And the idea of it. Wow, I would have never thought of that, but I loved it. They did great, and I hope they enjoyed it. I hope they keep creating however they create. But how cute was that? We still have more. Our next one comes from Jennifer Riker, and she is out of Kansas. She said she's been sewing and quilting for 53 years. The blue and gray quilt is for her nephew, and the binding star quilt is for her daughter's friend. She said her sister quilts these quilts for her. She makes them, her sister quilts them, and well, they live 4 hours away, so what they do is they meet in the middle and swap quilts. So she'll make the quilt, they'll meet in the middle between the two houses, and then the sister will take it, quilt it, and they meet again, come back and swap the quilt tops, or the quilts when they're finished and the quilt tops when they're given away. That's so sweet that they get to both be a part of all this, the quilting and the making of the quilt top. I love it. So let's look at what she's made. You know, this happens to me every week. Every time I see all these quilts and everything turned in, well, I got another quilt I want to make, and today is no different. Some of these I do want to add to my list of quilts to make. But first, I need to finish some of the ones I've started. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do them now. But anyway, there's some on my list now. But we still have another subscriber. Robin Redhawk out of Lockport, New York. She loved our apron video. We did a video a while back called Apron Easy as 1, 2, 3. And I'll link that video below so you can see that if you didn't get to see it before. But it is a real easy, quick apron, and it always turns out perfect. So this apron is using some yardage, and you can also do the exact same method. Instead of yardage, use a fat quarter and make a coordinating child's apron. She called for permission to use the pattern. Well, Yes, definitely you can use the pattern. She's got a small business where she's making stuff and selling it, and she wanted to make some, and that's what she's doing. She submitted a picture of her apron, and it's on a mannequin, so you can kind of see it better than if it's just laying on a surface. So let's take a look at her apron. Wasn't it pretty? I love that she added the little ruffle at the bottom. We have another one from Janet Fitzgerald. She purchased the Layla Boutique Starstruck 2 quilt pattern. And she also purchased some woodland and wildflowers fat quarter bundle that she wanted to make it with. Well, when she opened up that fat quarter, inside that fat quarter bundle is a really big panel that goes along with that line, and it is gorgeous. But she didn't realize that that panel was in there, but she wants to incorporate it into the quilt and wanted our opinion on what to do. She had a few questions that she wanted me to ask y'all for y'all's input on this, and then I'll tell you what I think. But first, let me read you her questions. She said she wants to incorporate the panel in the pattern. Question number 1 is, she said she needs to fill the space and she needs suggestions. She said, do I sash all the way around it or do I sash on 2 sides? She sent in pictures of both ways, giving an idea, and well, she wanted everyone to let us know what you think that she should do on the sashing of it. Should she incorporate that panel in the middle of it? And should she go around 2 sides, all sides, or what? So give your ideas. If you have something outside the box of that altogether, put that in the notes too, and let's see what other ideas we can come up with. But my suggestion is, since I haven't thought of anything outside of the box right now, I would go all the way around it. I would just go ahead and do all the way around it. It would be gorgeous. So let me let you see it, and then you guys let us know what you think. I think either way that would be gorgeous. I mean, leave it out, make the panel a whole different quilt, put it in the middle and go on 2 sides, put it in the middle and go around all of it. It doesn't matter. I just think it'd be pretty. Even you could put, now all these thoughts are coming to my head, you could put the panel there and go down one side and down the bottom. Like go put the panel in the top left and go down this side and across the bottom. There's lots of different things you could go with it, you could do with it, but it is too pretty of a panel not to use, and it does go with that line. So there's some ideas. Now you guys tell us what you think. But thank you all for all of y'all's submissions this week. We have enjoyed your pictures and seeing what all you're making or what you've been gifted. If you would like to submit something for next week's episode, send it in to sewcharmingquiltshop@gmail.com. That's SEW Charming Quilt Shop @gmail.com, and we will be sure to put it in next week's episode. That's all I've got for you today. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your day, whatever you're doing. Have fun with it. Make sure the sewing room is included in that day. And, well, happy quilting.